Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We finally made it. We did it. We are here. We are at the last list of topics for Goal 1. And then after this, we're going to hit our 100%. We'll unlock the objective knowledge check and we'll be finally, at last, DSA ready. So this deals with decimals again, and I know a lot of kids have told me that they prefer decimals over fractions, and specifically we're going to be dealing with addition and subtraction. So to work our way through, decimal, addition, and subtraction with three numbers. Personally, I'm not always a fan when they line it up horizontally like this. I mean, I can do it. I'm a human calculator, but it's actually visually a little bit easier for me to do it vertically. So I'm going to put 7.55 and then 9.7. And I talked about this in my last video. I'm going to put 0 in as a placeholder, and now I'm going to do some addition. 9 plus 5 is 14. 1 and 8 is 9. 9 and 5 is 14. 14 and 7 is 21. Decimal drops down. 2 and 2 is 4. 4 plus 7 is 11. 11 plus 9 is 20. So long as your decimals are lined up, I'm not sure that this is all that difficult a topic to do. So we have 8.4 and then we have 9.39. 9 plus 9 is 18. 8 and 8 is 16. 17. 17 and 4 is 21. Decimal drops down. 2 and 1 is 3. 3 and 8 is 11. 11 and 9 is 20. Oh no, we're having the repeating numbers again. What is it with this goal and repeating numbers? All right, we have 5.6 and then 8.39. Add them up. Oh, I'm forgetting the plus signs, Mr. Dubois. 8 and 9 is 17. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 plus 1 is 13. 9 and 1 is 10. 15, 23. Haha, we broke the curse. Oh gosh, that's almost a palindrome. It's so pretty. Now, that's addition with three numbers, and now we're going to do subtraction. And again, aligned decimals is kind of the key word. You'll notice that when I did my addition, I lined up all of my decimals so that they were on top of each other. The same thing happens when we're going to be doing our subtraction. So we're going to have, looks like we're going to do some borrowing. All right, so let's see here. That's going to be 7. That's going to be 1. 5 and 5 is 0. 7 and 3 is 4. Wait. Let me do that again. Sorry. It was doing it in my head. Okay, let's make my brush a little bit smaller. So we're going to do some borrowing. So that becomes 14 minus 7, which is 7. 8 minus 7 is 1. 5 minus 5 is 0. 7 minus 3 is 4. Okay. 7, again, we're going to borrow again. So 17 minus 9 is 8. 7 minus 7 is 0. 7 minus 5 is 2. And 8 minus 9 is, no, 9 minus 8 is 1. I said that backwards. Need a placeholder here. 6 minus 0 is just 6. 7, we can't do that, so we're going to borrow. 17 minus 8 is 9. 7 minus 2 is 5. 9 minus 6 is, brain turn on, 3. And now this is the basics up here, and now we're going to do it with, see, why is this one called basic? Whatever. So now we're going to do this. So now we have minus, or I don't think I can write that small. Let's try that a little bit differently. So 97.87 minus 85.79. So we have our borrowing. 17 minus 9 is 8. 1 minus 7, we need to borrow again. No, we don't. What am I doing? What happened? Oh, I wrote that as a 1 instead of a 7. Sorry, 7 minus 7 is 0. 7 minus 5 is 2. 8 minus, I did it again. 9 minus 8 is 1. Let's do this one. 89.29 minus 66.30. 9 minus 0 is 9. 2, we need to borrow, so 12 minus 3 is 9 again. 8 minus 6 is 2. 8 minus 6 is 2. So $22.99. Sounds like a price for something. Let's see here. So minus 8 yeah, I'm not going to do it that big. I don't know why I keep thinking I can. So 39.46 minus 8.9 and then 0 for a placeholder. 6 drops down. That becomes a 14 because we have to borrow. 14 minus 9 is 5. 8 minus 8 is 0. And then the 3 drops down with nothing else to subtract it from. And now we're going to do it again. Now you'll notice this time the decimals don't match up at all. Here you had like maybe one that didn't match up, but here they really don't match up, which probably implies there's going to be a lot of borrowing in the near future. We have 8.7 minus 7.461. That's a lot of zeros that we need to fill in. And again, we already can notice that we can't quite do 0 minus 1, so we're going to borrow to make that a 10. That becomes a 9, and that becomes a 6. So 10 minus 1 is 9, 9 minus 6 is 3, 6 minus 4 is 2, 8 minus 7 is 1. Oh my god, that was almost rhythmic. You could do ASMR with that. Now we do it again, 7.6 and then minus 6.51. So that, whoa, what just happened? So that becomes a 10, 10 minus 1 is 9, 5 minus 5 is 0, 7 minus 6 is 1. Now this one, 25.9, 2.73. And again, we're lining up our decimals. We're going to do some borrowing. 10 minus 3 is 7, 8 minus 7 is 1, 5 minus 2 is 3, 2 minus nothing is just 2. And that's going to be your answer. And that's how you're going to fill in this particular topic. Now we're going to kind of do all of this again. And because I've done multiple topics where you're doing it vertically to sort of get yourselves set up, I'm going to now make the assumption that you can do this on your own. Because now what I want to do is I want to see, wish me luck, of course, but I'm going to bum rush this and see if I can do it in my head. Because what I want to do, and I talked about this in an earlier video, is that I wanted the same sign numbers to be done first, and then I can take care of my opposite signs later. So 41.8 plus 4.27, that's going to be 46.07. 46.07 minus 7.2. So that becomes a 7. That borrows, and that borrows. So 10 minus 2 is 8. 15 and 7 is 8, and then the 3 drops down. Let's see here. And again, because I'm a better adder in my head than a subtractor. So 5 and 4, that's just going to be 9.36. 9.36 will be 10.76. So 10.76 minus 2.9. So 6 drops down. That becomes a 17. So 17 minus 9 is 8. And then 9 minus 2 is 7. What are my same signs over here? 7 and 9 is 16. So 16.93. 16.93 plus 0.7. 16.93 plus 0.7. Now it's worth pointing out, because I just did some quick writing, though I am a human calculator, there is a limit to what my brain can do. When there is a lot of digits, so you can see the 1693, that's 4 digits that I'm trying to track in my head. Then I'm adding the 0.7. And even the trained math teacher sometimes has to actually write it out in order to do the computation. So there's no shame in it. I know a couple of you, more than a couple of you, are looking at me doing all of this math in my head and going, whoa, I'll never be able to do that. I'm not expecting you to be able to do that, because I don't expect myself to be able to do that. Even I will write it out on paper when I need to. Ha, so there, I win. 3 plus 0, and then 9 and 7 is 16. So it's 1763. 17.63. And now my oddball out is going to be subtracting 4.5. And then I put in the 0. 3 minus 0, 6 minus 5, 7 minus 4, 13.13. Wasn't that supposed to be an old canceled Star Wars video game, level 1313? That's probably too nerdy a cut. Maybe I shouldn't have said that out loud. All right, moving on as quickly as possible. Rounding. I will find kids in Algebra 2 who still can't round. So this one's worth going over in a little bit more detail. When you see me in writing in a notebook, when I'm talking about something like, we'll say to the nearest tenths place, I'll use this one as an example. So we have 0.415. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to say this is your tenths place, and then I'm going to write DM here because that's your decision maker. Decision maker. So what does that mean? If it's 5 or more, you round up. And then if it's 4 or less, you stay the same. Stay the same. In ye olden times, this was called rounding down. And I still like that term, but I've noticed that students will sometimes think that means the number actually changes when it doesn't. And because it actually stays the same, I'm slowly changing my language to say, stay the same. So when I'm looking at this number now, we're finally ready for we're past the explanation and we can do a sample problem. 4 is my tens place. 1 is my decision maker. Does the 1 make me round up or stay the same? It's less than 4, therefore we stay the same. So it'll be 0.4 is my final answer. So I didn't round down to 0.3, which some of my students have done in the past. I'm just leaving as 0.4. 6.786. There's my tenths place. There's my decision maker. My 8 is 5 or more. That means I round up. So instead of 6.7, this becomes 6.8. 7.56, round to the nearest whole number. There's my whole number. There's my decision maker. Is it 5 or more? Yes, it is. Therefore, we round up, and it becomes an 8. Hopefully that clarifies for those of you who are always struggling with the rounding. Next, signed decimal addition and subtraction. So now we're really starting to mix and match where we're doing a lot of things at once. The thing with signed decimal and its decimal addition and subtraction is the same that I've been saying all the time. Same sign means you're going to add. Opposite signs means you subtract. So over here, I see that these are the same sign, therefore I'm adding them up. So that's going to be 39.63. So negative 39.63. These are opposite signs, so I'm going to subtract, and just to be on the safe side, 0.60. So that becomes 4, that gets borrowed, negative 23.64. And again, it's worth mentioning, I'm expecting you guys to kind of low-key do it this way, where you're setting it up vertically. I'm just doing my human calculator bid here to see, well, first of all, to see if I can do it, because I keep trying to get myself better at my decimals. But also, you know, when you do this enough, because again, I didn't start off as a human calculator. Anyway, back to this. So this is the same sign, so we're at 5 and 13 is 18.79. 18.79. Now for this one, let's see here, that's going to be 36.4. I'll do this one out because I know this is subtraction. So the 5 drops down, 1 minus 4, so that becomes a 7 minus 6, and then 6 minus 3. And then what's the bigger number? The 68. So that's the sign that dominates, negative 31.75. Here, both of these are opposite signs, so both of these are going to be subtraction. So negative 14.898, and then 8.53. This is subtraction, so 8 minus 5 is 3, 14 minus 8 is 6. What's the bigger number? That's the sign that dominates, so negative 6.368. Then I have 9.37 minus 4.63. This is subtraction, so 4, that becomes a 13, which is a 7. 8 minus 4 is 4. What's the sign that dominates? The 8, which is positive, so my answer is 4.74. Okay, now we're going to do it all again with 3 numbers, and again, I'm going to do that little trick before, because same sign is addition. I'm going to do exactly that and group my same sign numbers first. So 3 and 7 are both negatives, so that becomes negative 10.6 plus 8.7. I think that's subtraction, and I think that's basic enough that I can do that in my head. That's going to be 1.9. 10 is the larger number, so that's the sign that dominates. These numbers are the same sign, so that becomes what? Just 14.1. That's relatively easy to do in my head. Now I am subtracting, so that's going to be... No, I don't trust myself. Let me do that out. Negative 14.1 and then 2.3. So that is an 11. 11 minus 3 is 8. 3 and 2, and then the 1 does drop down. Okay, I was right. I got a little nervous for a second. Then we have the 3 and the 9. Those are the same sign, so we're going to add them. 9 plus 3 is 12.4 minus 5.6. Let's see here. Can I do that in my head? And then what's the sign that dominates? The 12. So this is going to be positive 6.8. And again, just because I can do it in my head, I'm expecting you guys to be able to do it vertically. Combine your like terms, or not like terms, combine your same signs. So 9.4 plus 3.0, that's what got me the 12.4. And then I'm subtracting the 5.6, and I'm going to do some quick subtraction in order to, oh God, Mr. Bob, what did you just do? In order to get 6.8, what are you doing? Confusing your kids, good Lord. All right, now word problem. Oh no, word problem, the horror, but like, let's see here. You contain, and then you're pouring in. Pouring in is a word for addition. So we're gonna have our 18.8 plus 77.06. That's all we're doing. So the 8 and the 6 drops down, that's 15. So that's going to be 95.86. A bowl contains 59.8. Poured in is a word for some, and it's 32.04. Okay? The 4 and the 8 drop down, that's 11. So that's going to be 91.84. That's a terrible looking one. All right. Then let's see here. Reduced is a keyword. That means subtraction. So this is going to be negative 3.08. And then the original price was 97.77. All right, so 97.77 minus 3.08. We're going to do some quick borrowing. So that's going to be a 9. That's going to be a 6. 94.67. All right, and that... Is that the last one? It is. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is every single topic in pre-algebra goal 1. You will have now somehow, in some way, through some combination of these topics, cleared your 95%. You'll take the objective knowledge check, and then you're going to test out of goal 1. And that is the first goal, aka the first chapter in pre-algebra. After that is going to be pre-algebra goal 2. That's another big chapter with a lot of topics to go over, and we'll talk about that when we get there. In the meantime, stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. I'll see you in the next one. End transmission.